Welcome to Besiege Bots, the real home of robotic combat in Besiege. In today's episode of Heavyweight Havoc 2021, we continue the action in the preliminary stage of the tournament. The deadly ASOG will be making its return, the United Launch Alliance feeling confident in their weapon power. They will be taking on Octo and the Power of Reading, Team Locrian's cluster bot. The same team's hammer robot, Maceface, will also be making an appearance, taking on Team Angry American's Fred in a sure to be exciting driving match. Today's episode will also feature two rumbles, featuring bots from teams such as Ad Astra Robotics, 999 Robotics, and disasters waiting to happen. ASOG is an overhead spinner built by the United Launch Alliance. Their last fight showed just how destructive this bot can be, which they will need to rely on in this match as well against a rather strange opponent. Octo and the Power of Reading is a cluster bot made by Team Locrian. Consisting of a Walker Grabber robot and an angled horizontal spinner, they will be looking to find an opening and take the upset victory. Here we go for our first fight of the episode. Power of Reading and ASOG both spin up, and there's a huge shot by ASOG tossing Power of Reading into the blue corner. Octo is a bit slow to engage, but they do, and there goes one of the legs off of Octo. Power of Reading deflecting ASOG there. ASOG takes a while to spin up to speed, but once it does, it will be delivering monster shots to these bots here. There's a bit of friendly fire there by Power of Reading. A bit of a miscommunication between the cluster. A big shot by ASOG taking some of the legs off of Octo, and another tossing Power of Reading towards the blue corner. Another huge shot, and I think that's Power of Reading done. Most of the chassis has been ripped out from underneath the robot. Octo slowly crawling towards ASOG. There's still a little piece of Power of Reading that might be mobile, and a huge shot there in the background as more of the legs go flying off of Octo. Really struggling to move now. And another big shot, ripping half the face off of Octo. ASOG is not kidding here. These shots are brutal. Power of Reading is immobile, I believe, and Octo is struggling to get off the rotating plate as well. Tossing Power of Reading, tossing Octo to the Power of Reading. ASOG is just brutal here, showing that hugely destructive weapon. Well, Octo appears to still be able to engage with ASOG. I'm not sure what they can do now that they've lost so many legs and half of the cluster has been knocked out. This is absolutely ASOG's fight to lose, and Octo really struggling to move here. But ASOG not really happy with the countout. They want to make sure that Octo is dead. Octo in the blue corner is barely showing any signs of mobility, and there's another huge shot there, ripping off what was left of the legs there. ASOG spinning back up to speed. I doubt Octo can move. I think this is going to be it, unless ASOG engages again. No, I think that's it. Yes, indeed, that is it. ASOG winning by KO, showing off that devastating weapon again. Good job by the United Launch Alliance. ASOG 2-0, Octo and the Power of Reading 0-2. Glass Eagle is a vertical spinner made by Team Bad Ideas. After a rough time in their first fight against the Deadly Blizzard, they will be looking to improve their record to 1-1 against a long-standing team. Phantom is a two-wheel drive undercutter made by Team 00. After losing their wheels in their rumble, they were left questioning why they were so unlucky. In this match, they will be looking to use their experience and weapon power to get their first win of the tournament. It's Phantom and Glass Eagle, they spin up, and Glass Eagle narrowly missing the box rush, almost losing a wheel. Phantom gets hung up on the ramrods, but Glass Eagle chooses to wait and let them down. Now Phantom, not sure when to spin that weapon up there, but they have to eventually. Glass Eagle looking for an angle on Phantom. Phantom trying to face them, and they do. There's a hit on the front, turning Glass Eagle around, but they recover fast. There's a small shot on the side of Phantom. No weapon engagement though. Another small hit on the front of Glass Eagle by Phantom. There's a good deflection there by Glass Eagle. Phantom, not sure when to keep that weapon going. That might affect them in the aggression category on the scorecard if it goes down to that. Another good deflection by Glass Eagle, inverting Phantom with that shot. Phantom, can they self-right? Yes, they can. And they are looking to reposition to get that weapon spinning back up. Good charge there by Glass Eagle, bouncing Phantom around. Phantom missing the pivot there. Glass Eagle with another straight line charge. That appears to be their main strategy. Another good deflection by Glass Eagle, launching Phantom into the air. Phantom just not sure where to engage on Glass Eagle, and another good charge. Phantom losing a wheel there. That was a good charge by Glass Eagle there, and they self-right too. The weapon still appears to be going on Glass Eagle, same with Phantom, but with Phantom, it's a lot harder to deliver that weapon to Glass Eagle now. Glass Eagle getting a shot in the back of Phantom. A small shot, but those small shots will eventually rack up on the scorecard if these two bots make it that far. Now Phantom is the one getting a couple of hits on Glass Eagle, but no wheels taken off there. And now Glass Eagle is looking to re-engage with Phantom, but they miss and run right into the corner there. Phantom now keeping that spinner going. Glass Eagle not afraid to go directly at it, deflecting it just a little bit there. Now Phantom bouncing out of the blue corner. They are trying to pivot towards Glass Eagle, so they always have to engage with that horizontal spinner, but Glass Eagle going for the side there. A small shot once again. And another one to the weapon of Phantom. And one more. Can they follow that up? No, they can't. They got stuck on the ramrods. Phantom too slow to capitalize there. Glass Eagle self-righted, but they are fine now. Phantom is just looking for an angle, really, on Glass Eagle here. But it's very hard to get one with just one wheel. There's one blade off of Glass Eagle. That might make it a bit easier for Phantom to hit it. Glass Eagle repositioning and looking for an angle there as they end up upside down. But they can self-right using their weapon, and they do. They're right side up. Phantom, once again, missing the front of Glass Eagle, and they really onto their back, but their weapon prevents them from going over. And Phantom really struggling with how to face their opponent here. Spinning down when they can, so they might get some extra mobility without that weapon going. Now Glass Eagle behind Phantom, but they chose to reposition there. As one half of the wedge, I'm noticing on Glass Eagle is completely gone now. Phantom still has that weapon going. Glass Eagle not afraid to go directly at Phantom still. Admirable effort from both these teams here. And it looks like we will indeed make it to the judgment here. And there's a last hit on Glass Eagle that might even the damage up. And Phantom takes the fight by just 1 point on style. Losing both aggression control. Damage, they also win. Team 00 picking up their first victory of the tournament. Phantom 1-1, Glass Eagle falls to 0-2. Hraun is a cluster bot made by 999 Robotics. Consisting of a shell spinner and a control bot, they will be looking to use their advantage in numbers in this freeway match to confuse and overwhelm their opponents. Fluorescent Nightmare is also a cluster robot, brought to us by Team Teamless. Consisting of 2 control bots and an undercutter spinner, this robot's presence will make this rumble extremely chaotic. BlowPlow, built by rookie team Disasters Waiting to Happen, is a 4-wheel drive vertical spinner. Losing its previous fight via knockout, they will need to be careful not to get overwhelmed in this cluster-filled rumble. Here we go, this rumble is going to be absolute cinema. BlowPlow there, almost going right into Hraun's shell, and the drone for Hraun is done immediately. The undercutter spinner for Fluorescent Nightmares took care of that drone really quickly. There's a shot on BlowPlow by the shell from Hraun. The undercutter from Fluorescent Nightmares, this is going to get really difficult to commentate, I'm sorry guys. The undercutter spinner from Fluorescent Nightmares engaging with BlowPlow, but BlowPlow throws it into the red corner. BlowPlow now going after the control bot. The mount appears to be split on BlowPlow. I wonder who did that. Was it the shell of Hraun or the undercutter from Fluorescent Nightmares? The control bots charging towards Hraun, ending up on top of each other. BlowPlow not sure who to go for. And neither am I, quite honestly, who to highlight. BlowPlow there with a shot on one of the control bots, but they also end up inverted. Hraun's shell takes a wheel off of the BlowPlow. This is the most hectic fight I've ever seen in my entire life. Another good shot on the undercutter and another by the shell. One more on the undercutter. The front appears to be split there. Now BlowPlow is also... they're struggling to engage, but they do. Another big shot by the shell. And something happened there with BlowPlow. They lost another wheel. They are very close to splitting in half. Hraun going for the undercutter again, but ends up wedging one of the control bots with his shell. And there's a big shot ripping off the spinner off the undercutter and also hitting BlowPlow just before that. One more big hit on the control bot. The Fluorescent Nightmares all over the place. The undercutter lost its weapon. It can still move, but not much it can do. The shell now going for BlowPlow. They want that split. Can they get it? A big hit on the undercutter, tossing it. Another hit on the control bot. And BlowPlow has split itself in half. I'm not sure if they can move anymore, and who would get the credit for that KO? Hraun's shell appears to be doing the best out of all these bots here. Another hit on the control bot. One of the control bots from Fluorescent Nightmares, and another. Oh, so close to that wheel on the undercutter, but they missed just by a little bit. BlowPlow appears to have been counted out. There's another hit on one of the Fluorescent Nightmares control bots. More damage on the undercutter. There's not much left of that bot now. The two undercutters... two control bots by the corner there. One of them hung up. Hraun intent on throwing that onto the corner, but they missed that. And they toss it into the opposite side of the arena. Another big hit on the front of one of them. And another, sending it towards what's left of BlowPlow. Another hit on the remains of the undercutter. The shell from Hraun here doing the best, really, just throwing everybody around. It's so difficult to hit and engage on due to how low it is. Another big hit on the wheel, and the other control bot wheelies over the remains of the undercutter from Fluorescent Nightmares. Another big hit there. That control bot inverted. The other one trying to engage with Hraun, but they just drive over them. Hraun chasing down that control bot there, and another hit. The second one escaping the blue corner there, and that is going to be time for this fight. Wow, what a chaotic fight. BlowPlow got knocked out, and Hraun takes this fight just by 1 point. Fluorescent Nightmares almost getting it. Hraun moving to 2-1, BlowPlow to 0-3, Fluorescent Nightmares 1-2. Blind Rage is a hammer saw made by Team Teamless. This team is still looking for their first win of the tournament, losing their previous fight via knockout. They will be looking to make it the distance and take the win this time. Ballpit is an undercutter spinner made by Team Bad Ideas. This match will decide which one of these two bots gets their first win of the tournament. To pull through, the driver of Ballpit will need to keep the robot under control. It's Ballpit and Blind Rage. Blind Rage spinning up immediately, Ballpit taking its time. And they do now. That disc still biting the floor. But Blind Rage with that hammer saw, they will be looking to land a shot. The top of Ballpit appears to have some armor on there. Ballpit getting a good hit on the front of Blind Rage there. One of the pieces from the wedge of Blind Rage fell out. Ballpit looking for a follow-up, and they do get one more pieces of the wedge come off of Blind Rage. Blind Rage looking to stay squared up. They almost show their backside to Ballpit. Not something you want to do against a horizontal spinner. Ballpit engaging on the front of Blind Rage, and they bounce on the floor away from Blind Rage. Blind Rage barely missing a shot there. And there's some self-damage, I believe, by Blind Rage. Their weapon still spins at full speed. More pieces coming off of Blind Rage there. Ballpit with another small shot on the corner of Blind Rage. Ballpit looks the most controlled it has looked in any of fights so far. Blind Rage getting tossed around there towards the ramrods. Ballpit missing a charge, but they are trying to line up another. Blind Rage is just struggling to face Ballpit here. That chassis appears to be a little dented on Blind Rage. Ballpit lining up a charge, and they miss just by a little bit. But they do hit there. Blind Rage taking no damage from that. Blind Rage self-righting in the blue corner. Ballpit trying to go for more shots on that front wedge. And they tear off a side of the wedge. There's not much of it left on Blind Rage now. They're struggling to self-right also, but they do. Can they get a hit on Ballpit? Well, not anymore, as the entire weapon arm and what's left of the wedge gets ripped out. I believe Blind Rage is done here. I don't think they can do much anymore, even if that little piece of their chassis is still mobile. It appears to be stuck on a piston and their standoffs. Yeah, that's the fight. Ballpit getting its first win here by knockout. Good job by Team Bad Ideas. Moving to 1 and 2, Blind Rage staying winless 0 and 2. Dave is a two-wheel drive undercutter brought to us by Team Angry American. Getting thrown Uta early in their previous fight, they're back for revenge this time, looking to take their anger out on their two opponents in this three-way match. Skidmark is a vertical spinner made by the Crunch Bunch. They make up for the lack of diameter in their dry speed and pushing power. They are sitting at 2 and 0, so they have momentum going into this match. SoldareG is a static wedge built by Astra Robotics. This bot also sits at 2 and 0, looking to guarantee its way into the single elimination bracket. For that, they will need to win this match. And here we go for our second rumble of the episode, Dave, Skidmark and SoldareG. Skidmark losing one blade early, SoldareG opting for their plow setup, possibly against Dave. Skidmark sticking with their blade setup, maybe looking to get underneath SoldareG and dodge Dave, but they go in for a hit. SoldareG from the back of Dave, tossing it into the red corner there. Dave coming back out, looking to engage with one of the two. SoldareG pushing Skidmark into Dave, that was good strategy by Astra Robotics. And there's another hit on the front of Skidmark. And now on the front of SoldareG, Dave is the one with the biggest weapon in this fight. They will be the ones looking to do the damage. But SoldareG losing a wheel there by bouncing Dave on top of them. Now pinning Skidmark in the corner, but Skidmark actually pushing forward. Dave is just left out of the action here. And here they come, and there's a big hit on the front of Skidmark by Dave. That's an entire corner gone off of Skidmark. Dave inverted. They can soft right, and they do. Skidmark now going for Dave as a revenge for that corner they took off. SoldareG engaging with Dave, deflecting Dave over themselves. Dave looking for a hit. after a recovery there, and they do get one on the front of SoldareG, but SoldareG is so good at deflecting Dave. Now Skidmark getting a hit on SoldareG. SoldareG is still right side up, deflecting Dave into the blue corner and trying to push Skidmark, and they do. Skidmark getting away. Dave once again just left out of the action by these two robots. Both of them have really fast drives. Dave much slower, but they do have that dangerous weapon that came into play earlier. As we get a camera shot of the bouncer corner. Dave, not sure who to go for, as both of the other robots are just super fast. And there goes another corner off of Skidmark. Dave looking good on the damage front. SoldareG ramming Dave. Skidmark not sure who to go for, if to go for anybody at all. SoldareG, I believe they have that confidence in that front wedge that will not break against Dave's weapon. And they go in for the back, they push Dave. That's a good push there. Another good deflection by SoldareG, and another, but they appear to have lost some chassis blocks there. Skidmark wheeling across the box, almost into Dave's weapon. Dave still trying to decide who to go for, and it's both of them. Skidmark losing even more blades. Just one remaining. And Dave has lost a wheel. That's going to make things a lot more difficult for them. SoldareG still driving fine. Now has the ability to get underneath Skidmark with that plow wedge. Dave is really struggling. I doubt if they can move at all. But SoldareG comes back and engages with them. Skidmark really unsure what to do now with just that one blade. They lost their advantage against SoldareG and are super vulnerable to Dave now if they choose to engage. And SoldareG ramming Dave, possibly to prevent a countout, as I believe that may have given the credit for Skidmark. And another ram into Dave, tossing it into the red corner. That is good strategy by Astro Robotics here. Skidmark struggling to stay upright, but they end up on their feet. And that is time. What an exciting match. Let's see the judgment. And it's for SoldareG, just by 1 point over Dave. Skidmark losing out on damage quite a lot, but they did pretty solid as well. SoldareG taking this rumble. Very good job for Astro Robotics. 3-0 now. Skidmark 2-1. Dave 0-2. First up for our main event is Fred, the vertical spinner made by Team Angry American. Coming off of a victory against Ballpit in their previous fight, they will be looking to improve to 2-0 in this match, and for that they will need to beat the dangerous opponent they're up against. The second bot in our main event is Maceface, a hammer bot built by Team Locrian. Showing solid damage potential in their previous fight, they will be looking to continue to do so against a strong opponent. Let's get our main event started. Here we go for our main event. It's Maceface and Fred. Now Fred missing the box rush there, Maceface missing with the hammer as well. Upside down, Fred looking to capitalize, and they do. They get a small hit on the side of Maceface. Now Maceface looking to angle for a shot on Fred, but they toss themselves across the arena. On the ramrods now, Fred also failing to capitalize on that. There's a small hit on Fred, but Fred escapes with no damage. Maceface ends up on the bouncers, inverted now. Fred with a good hit on the front of Maceface. Now Maceface looking to recover and create some space. Going in for a hit, but they miss once again. Fred lining up the charge. But Maceface dodges Fred. Fred ends up on the bouncer, but they recover quickly. There's a small hit by Maceface. And Maceface appears to be stuck on its back, but they do get off. Fred, they capitalize. A good hit on Maceface. Now Maceface looking to create some space once again, but Fred is back on over. A big hit on the front, tossing Maceface. And another huge toss. Some of that was Maceface's stuff, and they appear to have lost a wheel. Along with that entire section of the back chassis. Fred is still undamaged. Maceface took some major damage in that exchange, and they hit Fred there, but no much damage. Fred, another good hit on Maceface, but they get faced towards the wall. Maceface missing there. Now the hammer, if they get the right hit, this fight could be over in just one shot, but it will be very hard for them. Fred is all over them, now pushing them into the red corner here. They miss just by a little bit, but Maceface tosses itself once again. So far, it's looking good for Fred in the control category. And they would be winning damage as well. Maceface with another swing and a miss. Fred capitalizing. Could have been an Uta. Escaping the rollers there. Maceface looking to re-engage. But they miss Fred once again. And Fred now pushing them towards the Uta corner. Missing by a little bit. Can they get a follow-up shot here? Maceface self-righting. Fred lets them. They're trying to capitalize, but their weapon couldn't find its way to Maceface. Maceface struggling to get up now. Fred still pushing them. That will be good aggression for them. Maceface missing Fred once again. Fred really good driving here by... And there's almost an Uta by Fred and Maceface as well. Another huge hit by Maceface. That connected with Fred, but also through themselves too. But what I was saying, this is a good drive so far by Team Angry American, as there's another hit by Maceface, but Fred escapes undamaged. And another hit by Fred on the front of Maceface. The front of Maceface is very durable, but it is prone to getting hit like that. Now they are looking to self-right again, and they do. Over by the Uta corner. Big shot by Maceface directly on the motor of Fred. Fred is somehow still okay after that, but they do need to self-right, and they did. Here comes Maceface, and another huge hit, but they go flying more than Fred here. And Fred with an excellent follow-up into the wall. Maceface looking for an angle, and they do get another direct hit on Fred's weapon, but that weapon still seems to be spinning at full speed. Another hit, but Fred once again escaping undamaged. Maceface looking to self-right, Fred with a big hit. Maceface, can they self-right? Yes they can. No they can't. Fred not letting them simply. And that's the fight. Let's see, Fred taking the fight. What a drive by Team Angry American. Always chaotic, sometimes missing, but they did what they needed to do. A good fight by both of these bots here. Fred 2-1, Maceface the same record. That is it for today's episode. Ad Astra Robotics and SoldareG came out on top in a competitive rumble today, earning a 3-0 record, guaranteeing themselves a spot in the single elimination bracket. Phantom got its first win of the tournament in a close judges' decision against Glass Eagle. The rookie team, Team Bad Ideas behind the robot, putting up a solid fight. Hraun came out on top in our most chaotic fight yet, winning a decision by just 1 point. 999 Robotics are yet to be defeated in this tournament. They will be looking to keep it that way, as their next fight is up against the United Launch Alliance in our next episode's main event. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, and consider subscribing. If you are interested in joining our community, follow the Discord link in the description, and from everyone in the Besiege Bots Discord, have a fantastic day, and see you soon!